Welcome to Daily Tax Savings. This is Tony Novak here to share a few points on saving taxes and staying out of tax trouble. Today's topic is trust the process. Now, we've talked about on other episodes where there seems to be more IRS errors lately. And by errors, I mean automated collection process errors. In other words, computer errors to all of us. Letters that just don't make sense, that contradict themselves, that don't show the whole picture, whatever. I notice that I'm getting more calls, and you hear tax professionals from all angles say in one form or another, don't panic, trust the process. They don't use those words exactly. In fact, I don't particularly like the phrase trust the process when it's used in sports and otherwise, but here we are using it. It fits here today. So what do we mean, though, when we say don't panic, trust the process? Well, the first thing, the don't panic part is we don't want to take an emotional reaction. Often, the first inclination, you get a letter that doesn't make any sense and it's demanding money, and it says, call this number. The instinct is to call this number. Don't do that. So many times we see taxpayers make the problem worse, and agents are, they are trained and they're making notes of what you say, and often what you say messes up with the eventual solution that we're trying to propose and work out later on. So that's the first step. The second step is talk to somebody about it, somebody other than the sender of the letter, whether it's IRS or state. Talk to a tax pro, or if you can't even find a tax pro, talk to a family member. But anyway, talk it through logically. The third step is, it goes back to the first one, you don't want to represent yourself in handling your own problems. So the third step is to give a tax power of attorney. Give someone else the opportunity, the legal ability to talk to IRS or the state about your tax situation. The fourth step after that is, after you've given that authority, is that if it's a tax professional, the first thing we're going to do is order a copy of the transcript, which is the aggregate of all the transactions and all of the letters that you might have received. It's all going to show up and be combined in a master record called a tax transcript. Now, once we have that transcript, we can be sure that we have the whole picture and the complete picture and the same picture that the revenue agent is looking at. At that point, we're in a good position to hopefully get through by phone, have a conversation, and a lot of times it's just, I've said this before in other episodes, it's a matter of being nice, being polite, being logical, being persistent, and letting the agent come to the conclusion that, there is a problem here, and it's the taxpayer being treated unfairly, or whatever the case is. That's how we solve those types of problems. That's the process. It takes a little bit of time, and it's going to take more time in the future with IRS getting rid of so many of their problem-solving staff, but the process will be the same, and nothing bad is going to happen in the meanwhile to interfere with us getting to good solutions. Would love to hear your thoughts or comments, or if you're dealing with the same type of issue. I'm easy to reach on social media, or if you want to schedule a phone call one-on-one, that's welcome and easy to do. Find me at taxproblems.cpa and click that Let's Talk button. I'll be back tomorrow with another Tax Savings Minute.